What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade back with another Division 2 video. Today is Tuesday, September 28th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, I'll be going over the weekly vendor reset for DC, New York, and the Dark Zone. We'll be talking about the new Manhunt target that becomes available today, the extension of the Golden Bullet event, as well as a few friendly reminders I like to pass along every Tuesday. Now, if you happen to be new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for an Xbox Series S, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on this Saturday, October 2nd, and as I've mentioned in every previous video, you do not need to join as a member in order to enter the contest. We do have monthly prizes for membership. However, for the Xbox, like I mentioned, all you need to do is subscribe or follow on Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. Now, for those of you that would like to jump ahead to the vendors themselves, feel free to go to the 4-minute mark in the video right now. Everyone else, I'll go over my, normal weekly update. First of all, we do have a new Manhunt target, and with that brings double XP for the first 15 shade levels. In addition to that, as most of you know by now, the global event Golden Bullet was extended one more week, so when you add that with the double XP from the new Manhunt, you are going to be able to stack shade level stars really quick. But once again, for new and returning players, you only get that double XP for the first 15 shade levels. Today also happens to be the day that the weekly projects reset, and you have 3 great opportunities to earn exotic caches in the game. You have the weekly summit project, you have the weekly shade requisition, and for those of you that have the ability, you have the weekly legendary mission as well. Now moving on to this week's invaded missions, they are the following. You have Jefferson Plaza, Space Administration HQ, and Lincoln Memorial. Now clearing those will gain you access to the Capitol building, and once you've cleared that, you'll then have access to Tidal Basin. Last but not least, my friends, I'd like to show you the location of the snitch every week, which is how you gain access to the gunrunner Cassie Mendoza, who becomes available every Wednesday morning. Now, this happens to be my favorite spot on the map to find him. I'm right by the 1040 safe house, and yeah, wait, where's he going? I was going to say, once you talk to him, he's got a battle going on. I don't think I've ever seen him do this, actually get into a scrap. Well, normally you talk to him, and then you'd be able to see where Cassie is for tomorrow. Let's see what happens next. I mean, at this point, I'm hoping he just goes back to, okay, good. It looks like he's going to go back to his spot. I'll be able to talk to him. So to back everything up. All right, so let's start this over again. This is my favorite spot to find the gunrunner. Typically, when you're here, you want to make sure there's no, world activities going on, or obviously something like this happens. But again, he's here. Hopefully he turns around. We chat with him. We find out where Cassie is, and then we'll be good to go for tomorrow. There we go. All right, so now we're good, people. With all that being said, let's now get into the vendors themselves. As most of you know, I kind of rip through these. However, for new and returning players, I strongly suggest take your time because you do not want to miss out anything that can strengthen your character or your recalibration library. As always, we're starting off with the main vendor in the White House. We're beginning with the SWAT chain. Pretty decent SMG, not the best roll, but again, if you're looking for it, you can pick it up. We have another SMG there. Pretty mediocre as well. Yeah, not too great there. Next we have an AR, same kind of thing. Let's see what the handgun is like. Yep, pretty, mediocre too. We have a backpack, body armor. Nothing too much. I think some mods and skill attachments. Now we'll make our way to the clan vendor. Let's see what we have today, my friends. Hopefully we get something good. We start off with the Safety Distance SMG. This is a great weapon. It's a pretty decent roll as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, I definitely recommend picking this up if you don't have it. It is a lot of fun to use once you get used to, the range and all that good stuff. Next we have, what are those gloves? Strikers, gloves, True Patriot bag. Kind of mediocre on both. Below that, we have a rigger. What is that? A body armor, piece of body armor. Kind of okay there. Lightweight M4, really nice weapon here because it's not only a great roll. I mean, you're going to max out that, rifle damage. You'll optimize the crit hit damage, but the talent on this is perfect as well. So if you do not have it, I strongly recommend picking it up. Below that, we have an SMG, a backpack, holster. Let's see what this AR is like. Pretty good as well. Some gloves, body armor, mods and skill attachments now on our way, to the campus. Here we begin with a new reliable LMG. I absolutely love this weapon. I'm not really a fan of this actual roll itself, but if you don't have it, I recommend picking it up. It is so much fun to use. Below that, we have a marksman rifle, another LMG, another mask, holster. Yeah, nothing really here, guys. Mods, skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the, what's next? The theater. Usually we have some pretty good things here. Let's see what we have. We start with the artist tool. I happen to like this weapon. Not really a fan of this roll, but again, if you have a chance to buy it, I'd say pick it up. Below that, there's a shotgun. Then we have a rifle. Let's see what these gloves are like. Pretty decent gloves there. Next, we have some knee pads. Yeah, that's it. Mods, skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the first Dark Zone West. Now, as most of you know, I typically don't go into the Dark Zone, and I hit these vendors up on a weekly basis to look for Dark Zone exclusive items such as the Emperor's Guard knee pads. These things are absolutely amazing. If you have the time or the inclination to grind in the DZ to get those resources, I strongly recommend it. And as we continue on, you can see the other stuff that I'll be scrolling over real quick, but I want to make sure I remind new and returning players that because there is a global event right now going on, Golden Bullet, you can earn stars by caches, and 2 caches that can have Dark Zone exclusive items are the named cache and the legacy cache. And as we make our way to Dark Zone South, keep in mind that does not mean you're only going to get Dark Zone exclusive items from those named or legacy caches. I mean, look, we have another one right here, the Orbit handgun. I've been trying to get this forever. So what I'll do is this. I will do, my farming for stars, opened up named and legacy caches. Hopefully I get that. If not, I will definitely be farming for this week. Anyway, like I was saying, for those of you that do not like going into the Dark Zone, this is that opportunity you have to get those Dark Zone exclusives without having to set foot in the DZ. Again, you're going to farm, you're going to get stars, shade levels, things like that. Now, I actually put out a farming video last week on my favorite ways to earn stars, and I will leave a link to that in the description down below. Anyway, here we are at the last Dark Zone vendor. We had the Commando Marksman Rifle, then we had another Marksman Rifle, LMG, mask, holster, mask, holster, mod, skill attachments. That'll do it for the Dark Zones. Now let's head to the last vendors in New York. And as I start to wrap this video up, I want to once again remind new and returning players, really take your time when going through these vendors. You're obviously looking for weapons and items that can help your current character, but you also want to check all of the stats because there can always be something that, you can buy just to pull a stat from the item and put it into your recalibration library so you can really max something else out. As always, I'd like to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support of this channel. You are absolutely amazing, especially during, the slow time of the game. I appreciate your being here watching this content. And as always, if there's any questions, comments, things you need to pass along, things that are going on in your game, please let me know in the comment section down below. As I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, my friends, hit that like button. It really, really does help the channel out. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Good to see you too.